Welcome back to the Ways Away Tour podcasting network with the still unnamed Deep Space Nine recap show. Even though I do have a good name, we're going to see if we can test drive it tonight. I think we should call it Far Beyond the Tours, but we're going to put that aside for now. My name is Moshe Hill, and here with me, he is fit as a fiddle, Andy Schwartz, and of course Nati Burnside, who is always late when we do these episodes, but we don't show you that part because we just wait until he gets here. Hopefully he'll show up at some point, but he's not here right now. But we are watching Season 1, Episode 9, The Passenger. Here we go.
Of all the forces in the universe, death has remained a mystery. But now, a psychopathic genius...
He is dead. He's alive.
That's impossible.
...has discovered the secret to immortality.
The body dies, the consciousness lives on.
In another brain.
And someone will inherit his murderous legacy.
I'm watching you.
And I'm watching you.
On the next Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Hold on. I can't believe that they used the clip of Quark being creepy to Jadzia as part of that.
Jadzia.
And I'm watching you, Jadzia. Like, that's the end of that clip. Oh, my God.
You won things, and I won Jadzia.
I know. It's like, I'm watching you, and I'm watching you, Jadzia. Oh,
Not
that's
creepy.
funny. I know. Super creepy. Well, Andy.
How are you?
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Enjoying my time here.
Yeah. What do you think of The Passenger?
So after the episode, I was sitting down. I was thinking, so first of all, as evil characters go, he's clearly supposed to be some like diabolically smart individual. You know?
Yeah.
If Dax is like 300 years old and she's never gotten this information, clearly like they're doing something. So I think they downplay that a lot. Like they try to enforce it, but like that is a big deal. The fact that he's just so smart, and like Federation doesn't really have him on radar, and like he's kind of just like someone that they're just like, oh, by the way, this really smart guy who was in jail is like diabolical genius. Like, stealing all crazy stuff. Like very underrated character as it comes to evil, like a Khan or anything like that.
Yeah, this was more like they were trying to make it, because ever so often Star Trek does this like horror episode, you know, and this was like kind of them trying to do that, but not really. They didn't really go for it, you know, and it also is like they've done so many of these. The bad guy goes into one of our cast members' bodies, and I literally am in the middle of a Voyager rewatch right now. And literally there's an episode in which a evil dictator jumps into Kess's body and just acts like Kess the entire time. And it's literally the exact same plot. And I'm sure if Nati, our resident Trekkie, was here, he'd be able to come up with like 7 more examples. But like,
well, as Bashir says, there's plenty of space in the human brain.
Exactly.
Plenty of space.
So much space. And humanoid brains, by the way, there's only one map of it, because humanoid brains are so easily dissectable. Like, it was like, what?
It only takes 30 seconds to figure out a way to get around it. Also, you know,
I
we'll
know.
find out at the end of the episode. What also was interesting, this is the first episode where they're like, there's a lot of phaser shooting on the ship. At the end, like, there's a lot of like, I don't know if this is like almost like they finally got a little bit more budget so they can try to add more like shootings, but like it's pretty funny how like.
Well, I'm surprised Kira didn't shoot anybody. She loves shooting people.
I'm sure she tried.
I know.
Sisters would be like, "Give me that."
I know. Kira, stop shooting people.
Take it off, kill. Take it off. Put it on stun, Kira. You know, don't kill Bashir.
Kira doesn't own any phasers with stun settings. So we start out the episode, and Bashir is talking to Kira, and I love Bashir. So once again, I'm doing my middle of my Voyager rewatch, okay? And I thought the EMH had an ego. The EMH in Voyager has such an ego. But Bashir, like, literally puts him to shame. I had to write this down. Fate had granted me a gift, Major. A gift to be a healer. And Kira's like, I feel privileged to be in your presence, which was going to be my opening line for this episode, which I feel privileged to be in your presence, Andy. But is Bashir more egotistical than the EMH?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the EMH is programmed as after somebody, but you gotta assume
Dr. Lewis Zimmerman. Dr. Lewis Zimmerman is an ego.
Yeah, no, but he's like, I'm a god. Oh, nobody else, no other medical professional would have figured that out. You know? He's like, he's figuring out these things that nobody. Also, what's the deal with the tricorder not working on dead people?
Yeah, what is? I know. Seems like a flaw in the design.
Every time someone's dead, they might not be.
And by the way, in the same scene, he literally says tricorders are great with living beings, not so great with dead ones. And then like a minute later, still in the cold open, he uses a tricorder to determine that the guy's dead.
Well, it works.
It's like beep, it's dead. Oh, okay, I guess he's dead. It's like
I think they realized after this that that's a stupid.
That's dumb.
They probably shouldn't.
I know.
But no, Bashir is oozing with like his ego. It's unbelievable.
He does need to get his ego in check a little bit.
This is also the first time we have. Is this the first time we have Bashir and Kira like really interacting as like?
Yeah, I don't really remember them. Yeah, they don't really hang
different
out.
Characters. Yeah. So I thought that I was like the two of them are such like contradictory characters.
Yeah, by the end of the series, it's really Bashir and O'Brien. Who O'Brien's not even in this episode, by the way.
No.
I guess he's still visiting his 100-year-old.
He's on Earth.
Mother, yeah. On Earth. Where was O'Brien during this time where they were filming these episodes?
I got a vacation. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, did he come back for like a Next Generation
Yeah, they must have they probably filmed these first without them realizing they probably needed him, and they're like, oh, we probably need like another actor. Like, let's just throw in like O'Brien.
You know what? Should I look up when they were filming Con Air? Because he was in Con Air, so maybe they were.
Was he? Who was he in Con Air?
He was the O'Brien was the DEA guy.
Oh,
so remember they put a DEA undercover agent onto Con Air, and O'Brien was his handler, who owned the car.
Oh yes, the car.
Who owned the car? Yeah, that
sports car.
That piece of garbage John Cusack gave him, who I like him in that movie, but that guy sucks.
Oh yeah,
that guy sucks. That guy does not like the Jews.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is also the beginning. I had questions about the shuttlecraft. I feel like this is the first time, like I was like deep diving into shuttlecrafts.
Okay.
And apparent like all the different types that like they use, and they use a bunch of different ones in DS9. I guess they use some from like the Voyager.
They use the runabouts. They use the runabouts in DS9. They don't use shuttlecraft.
Right. Well, so the runabouts.
So runabouts are like mini. Yeah. What?
So I was just thinking of the naming, because it's funny because in Next Generation, they use 33 different type of shuttlecraft. 33 in the entire show. 33. I just counted.
Wait, different types or different shuttlecraft?
Different shuttlecraft.
Okay.
It might be even more than that, but yeah, there are only 7 types.
Yeah.
And they use 33 different ones in Next Generation, which is insane.
That is a lot.
Yeah. And that's only for 1701D. Like that's not even like for like E or A, B, or C. Like crazy.
And that's, by the way, that's the Enterprise, so they can get new shuttlecraft whenever they go to a space station, right? Which they go to pretty much after every episode. But like Voyager, did you go look at those odds?
No.
Okay, so Voyager, I really should have kept track of this. I'm sure that's on like Memory Alpha or something. Voyager loses shuttlecraft all the time, except for they're alone in the Delta Quadrant. They can't afford to lose shuttlecraft, and shuttlecraft are just blowing up every other episode.
To the point where they have to like build one. They're like, we
it's like
they kind of build one.
I know.
But what was interesting is that I realized like this is like where we really start to see names of shuttlecraft, because I feel like in the first couple episodes they're like, oh, I'm in shuttlecraft for like, what's going on, Ken Brown?
We're still. It's too loud, Nati. Nati, it's too loud. Turn it down.
I love you, Nazi.
I didn't turn it up.
Well, you came on. We're 10 minutes into the episode.
Turn down the noise. Turn down the funk.
I don't think I can turn it down.
That's okay.
The funk is unturndownable.
Nati, tell me about Quark's unrelenting love for Dax. Oh, it's so loud. Nati, you gotta turn it down. You gotta turn it down.
I don't think there is a way to turn it down.
Anyway, so there's
yeah, go ahead.
No, there's a lot of shuttlecraft like that don't have names and all. Like it's interesting, like when they add them to give them names randomly, like they're all after like actual spaceships.
Yeah, well, in DS9, it's all the in DS9, all the runabouts are named after rivers on Earth. So like the Rio.
But I don't think this one was. It was the Rio Grande.
The Rio Grande, yeah.
Okay.
Like if Rio Grande.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they even mentioned it in DS9 that they name it all after rivers on Earth. But yeah, like that's all the DS9 shuttlecraft are named after rivers on Earth, and Voyager. Nati, it's so loud, dude.
That was me hitting the unmute button.
No, I know, but you have to turn down the volume. There's so much interference. All right. So, anyway, let's get into...
Sorry, I just was able to see your faces for the first time.
What'd you say?
That was the first time your videos showed up on my screen.
You're so annoying. Nati, you're the worst co-host in the world.
By the way, I don't know how this is possible. Voyager lost 17 shuttlecraft. 17.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, very few things about Voyager make sense considering they're alone in the Delta Quadrant. Like repair crews are on their way make absolutely no sense. The ship is like 80% destroyed, and they put it back like it's brand spanking new. Like every single episode, it makes no sense. But,
if you think about like what percentage of the time Voyager is just like getting repair, like usually you would like go to a starbase for repairs, but they never do that. So if you think about like what percentage of the time they are just like essentially like on their way home, but while doing repairs of the ship, it's like most of the time.
Yeah. But Nati, I was just saying, so this is a bad guy jumps into one of our characters' bodies episode. And so I said that there's a Voyager episode where a brutal dictator jumps into Kess's body. And by the way, which is amazing because that's like a dude and now he's in like a little girl's body essentially. And it's really weird and creepy. And he embraces like being a little girl like very quickly. Like maybe a little too quickly.
As a scary dictator.
What? Yeah.
Like you don't have a choice. If you're a scary dictator and you get into a little girl's body, like you've got to embrace that.
Yeah, exactly. Like really going for the sexuality of it.
Move.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your own move though.
It's your opening move. So, but Nati, like I was assuming you would have like another dozen examples of this kind of plot line off the top of your head.
Yeah, so many.
Yeah.
I mean, this happens to Troy, like obviously.
Right.
Just through like telepathy, but like it happens in the original Star Trek several times. This is like a classic. Just this happens all the time. I think if you're like on a starship, you almost have to like the over under is like 1.5 times this happens to you.
Yeah.
Like you have to expect it to happen at least once.
Which makes it so insane that they don't even question Bashir until the very end. Like,
Yes.
Oh, that's the weirdest part of this. Because if you really think about it, this happens so frequently in like our version of watching Star Trek that it's not even like remotely like it should be on the list of things you ask about.
but
Like,
here's the thing.
it should be like one of the first possibilities, and they don't consider it.
Hold on. But here's the thing. Yeah, and I wanted to get into like Odo and like there's a whole like B plot in this episode about Odo's place on the station and as the security chief and like competing with like the Starfleet security. We'll get to that in a second. And I want to talk about I really have so much nitpicks about the last act of this entire episode, but I just have to get into this right now about how halfway through the episode that Vantika jumped bodies. Like Dax figures this out. That Vantika jumped bodies right before he died to someone else. There are 3 other people on that ship at that time. There is whatever her name is, Kajada. Okay? There's Bashir
Kira,
and there's Kira. All right? There's 3 people. Why are you not questioning all 3?
Not even that.
You're not even scanning all 3. Just scan them.
Of the even the last 4 people that they give permission to like for security, one of them is Kira.
Exactly.
Like, you have 4 people that you might use on. Don't give it to one of the 3 people on the ship. Anybody else?
There's 3 people, and I'm telling you, I don't think the people on DS9 are very good at their jobs. They're really not. Like
that's why they're on DS9.
That's why they're
DS9.
That's why they're sent to DS9. The only crazy thing is that like Starfleet didn't replace all of them once they realized that DS9 was strategically important. It makes no sense.
They're probably like, if this is an HR nightmare, like we can't replace everybody. We have to like do it slowly or let them die somehow. Like, Federation HR is like, we can't do that. We'll have a lawsuit on our.
Like the only thing I can think of at this point why everyone's not replaced immediately by Starfleet is that it's a Bajoran space station that Starfleet's running, and so they're like Starfleet Command is like talking to the Bajoran Provisional Council, and like they're like, well, let's talk to Kira, and Kira's like, no, I like Cisco now. You're not getting rid of Cisco. You're not getting rid of Odo. Like you're not getting rid of it's just the Bajorans are like, no, we know them. Like we're not getting rid of them.
They're probably also thinking like, let's wait till we get like they join the Federation and then we can like do whatever we want. You know, like, I mean, they're not in the Federation yet.
Like, well, let's think about who like the people are there, who the Starfleet could literally replace. Okay, you can't replace Cisco because he's the emissary, so like that would cause problems with Bajor. Kira's not your employee. Odo's not your employee. And by the way, they're sending security people to try and replace Odo, and they're never really successful. Like, that's like a revolving door position until they get to Eddington. And let's see how that worked out.
But those are 2 huge positions. Like,
yeah. Then you have the chief. So the chief is, first of all, the chief could be gone for multiple episodes and it doesn't really matter. So, because we mentioned.
Nobody knows where he is.
No one knows who the chief is. Okay, you got Bashir, who's second in his class, so he's actually pretty good. And you got Dax, who's a symbiote Trill, so she's pretty good. So really, the only one, you got 4 people who you could, in theory, replace.
Yeah.
But
you can't even replace Kira technically because
no, you can't. She's not Starfleet.
It's only you can only really get rid of Odo. Like that's your only person you can really.
And you can't really even get rid of Odo because he's not Starfleet either.
But he's not Bajoran, so like meaning Kira's Bajoran, she's kind of like that bridge between like the provisional government and like Federation. So you can't really get rid of Kira. You got to have some Bajorans there. But Odo is just like some random dude who happened to be security guard during like
And Odo, for everything you have to say about him, he does not use pretense.
Yeah.
No, never.
He never uses pretense. He doesn't even
understand it.
He doesn't understand pretense. He just sits in front of Quark's bar all day long, talking to Quark about Jadzia or whatever, but not talking. There's no idea what pretense is.
No food, no drinks, just standing there like.
Exactly.
I'm not paying attention. Quark is. I want to see an episode where like Quark like tiptoes behind him, like just like like he's just like looking around and Quark passes by. You know what? This reminded me also. I'm sorry to interrupt. In the beginning of the episode, when like they're like he's dead, and I'm just thinking of like the Princess Bride, where I'm like he's only mostly dead. He's not. He's not all dead. Like I kept thinking that. Like
I know. Nati, how did you feel finding out that tricorders can't tell when someone's dead?
Oh my god!
It's the first thing they teach you in Starfleet.
We learned that in the first year.
First thing they teach you in Starfleet Medical. Tricorders are great at determining when people are alive. They are not so good.
Better?
Yeah,
going
no,
like this
amazing.
Works better.
They're amazing for detecting the quality of life, but not for detecting the lack of it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think that's how anything works, but okay. Just so many things in this episode are like so, like there's the part where like Dax figures out, right, that Vanta can transfer the consciousness, right? Then like tells Cisco,
yep,
like that it happened, and then Cisco is like, cool. Let's not talk to Bashir or Kira about whether or not they touched him.
I know. By the way, is it not in their report? What? Is it not in their report that the guy grabbed Bashir by the neck?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Like,
well, you don't really know at the time that can transfer someone's entire conscience.
No, but you write that in your report.
Yes.
Like, this is what happened. I was there. I was doing it. He grabbed me by the neck. Like,
the problem is that once you have once you know that he's out and about and alive, or assuming he's alive, the 3 people have to be put into quarantine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or
like, that's really what you should be doing.
At the very least, other people scanned for like anomalies.
Exactly. It's absolutely ridiculous. By the way, after she stabs him like in the infirmary to make sure, which is hysterical, by the way, she's like, he's better be dead. She's like stabs him, which is hysterical.
By the way, Kajada was channeling Kira during that episode. It was really yeah.
Oh my gosh, like strong. But she asks Bashir to do like an autopsy, and he grunts. He's like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like, it's just like no trust.
Yeah. So I do think that, first of all, I do want to I'm sure you have something to say about the little SD card that has a map of not a human brain, but a humanoid brain. That means brain of every single possible humanoid. Seems like a lot of information for an SD card. Just throwing that one out there. But
so many of the details about like how brains work don't really make any sense. Like, what about in the end of the episode, like Dax is like transporting the brain cells out of the brain, and then they say something about like, oh well, she wasn't transporting like the affected brain cells, she was transporting like the neural pattern. It's like, what are you talking about? Did you transport a frequency out of his brain? Like, what? That was utter nonsense. That was one of the worst explanations of anything I've ever heard in my life.
I have a long paragraph that I wrote down about this. I was like furiously typing when I was watching the episode. Pause this episode. I must furiously type that this makes no sense.
Okay, we're gonna get there. I have to say,
yeah, it's transporting a neural frequency right out of your brain cells. Wow, the transporter can do that? Apparently. I don't know.
I know.
I guess so.
I think we find out. So after Quark's conversation with Odo, which seems like what we're up to right now.
Yeah.
And after like they all talk, I'm very impressed with Cisco. Like, this is a very, it's very understated how well Cisco captains, because let's be real, he has like a history of quality of being a leader, ideally going to become the captain of a spaceship. So like, he definitely has the qualifications, he's definitely knowledgeable, and he clearly has like a personal issue. So he is very qualified for his job in this sense.
So you're talking about like when he backs Odo with Primin?
But when he backs Odo in the first time without Odo being there.
Yes.
And he just tells that's very impressive, because
he's great.
He stands up for his people.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a good captain trait that he has, that you know you're on his team. even if he doesn't agree with you,
Yeah.
he won't say it to anybody else.
Yeah, I do love that. I also love how so Primin goes up to Cisco and is like, Odo like is just talking about this at Quark's, and Cisco's like, yeah.
Everybody knows about this.
I know, it's a space station, dude. This is not a starship. Like, everyone knows about this stuff. And now Odo knows. By the way, I was thinking about Friends. They don't know that we know they know we know.
Right?
So now Quark knows that we know they know he knows we know about this.
It was so good. It was so well done. Yeah.
I know. By the way, the entire thing hinges on a deuridium shipment. I think I got that right. Deuridium. This is a Nati. Seems like you've got a lot to talk about.
Because theoretically Vantika needs that for his experiment. But the experiment has now worked. So why does he still it worked? He's in Bashir. So he doesn't really.
Doesn't he want to sell it on the black market?
He wants to resell it to the society that's going to die. They don't have enough for everybody, but they have enough for like half the people. So he wants to steal it and sell it to whoever will pay him the most from that planet.
Yeah,
essentially.
I think
that's what he's doing.
But shouldn't he like escape now that he has Bashir's body?
But he doesn't have the deuridium yet.
It can't be that important.
I mean,
I think he set this whole thing up for the deuridium.
Yeah, I think you're actually right. I think he should have probably just like been like, all right, I'll figure out a way to get money another way. But like, I'm now in another body and could be like halfway across the galaxy by the time someone figures this out.
It's kind of crazy.
It's clearly not worth it. Like once he's already acquired a new body.
Yeah.
Like you need to like escape now.
But okay.
Like no one to hold him and no one to fold him. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I mean he did get out of jail. He was in jail for what they said 15 years or something, and like he was doing experiments on people. How are you allowed to do that in jail? Like experiments on people.
I don't understand.
Where are the guards and everything?
I know.
Second, and yeah, he should have. But they say in the beginning he set this whole thing up just so he could steal the shipment. They said he was on his way to DS9, or he said that he wanted to go to DS9. So he probably wanted to do the score, get the money, and run away. You know what I'm saying?
I guess the guy's pretty single-minded. Yeah. I don't know. He just wants the shipment, but he's pretty single-minded. So Odo, by the way, wants a word with Cisco after they have the whole briefing. Odo's like, I'm going to resign. I'm done. I don't want any Starfleet people here. I didn't get that part. Yeah, well, Odo's a proud dude. He's a proud guy, but he wants to know that Cisco has his back. But
but nobody was questioning him.
Well, because Primin's like acting like the head of security.
Yeah, but he only came in for the deuridium shipment because it's just such a crucial element.
No, I think he came in to be like the chief of security, except Cisco's like, no. But what's it called? But he calls Odo Constable, and there's like a little foreshadowing that Kiro's the one who came up with the Constable title. We don't find that out for years, like until like a flashback episode. But I looked up what he's like. He's upset. He doesn't like that nickname, right? And I was like, why does he like that nickname? So I actually looked up what Constable means, like the actual definition of the word. And it literally means a peace officer with limited policing authority, typically in a small town. And I'm like, oh yeah, I wouldn't like that either. If I was like the chief of security of a space station.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Constable was like, cop or sheriff or like whatever, but like it actually has like a more derogatory meaning, I guess.
Yeah. What's kind of crazy is that they don't have a separate system of like pips for people who work for the Federation but didn't go through the Federation Academy, like O'Brien. I mean, he has pips, but I mean Starfleet. Yeah, like.
Well, he's a chief. He has his own like little chief thing.
Also, O'Brien's pips go all over the place from time to time.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Odo is working for the Federation essentially, or is he working for the Bajoran?
Well, he works for the.
No, he's a Bajoran officer.
Yeah, that's why he wears a Bajoran uniform.
Yeah, he wears a Bajoran uniform.
I never know what he wears.
And so he wears a Bajoran uniform, and all of his deputies wear Bajoran uniforms, including what's it called, Worf's brother in like season 5, which I always found to be the most hilarious thing to see a Klingon in that Bajoran uniform.
Federation. That's so funny.
What I always thought was weird about the Bajoran uniforms is that, like, you see Odo and the other security officers wearing those all brown or the two-tone brown uniform.
Yeah.
And then you see the Bajoran engineers wear those, like, kind of cool, like, gray-green two-tone uniforms. But no one ever wears another uniform like Kira's with the red.
Well, is she the only command level Bajoran that we meet?
I don't know. I don't really recall seeing any other Bajorans wearing the red uniform. So I was like,
I don't know.
Well,
I really see many.
I don't know.
We'll see it at the beginning of season 2 when there's like that whole Bajoran almost civil war. We'll keep an eye out for that. We'll keep an eye out for other Kira uniforms. But yeah, the two-tone green and gray is pretty cool. The one that Rom wears.
Yeah, why is the engineering uniform so much better than the other ones?
I don't know. It's pretty good.
They're clearly better.
All right, so Vantika, quote Vantika, grad squash. This is before the big reveal of who Vantika is, right? Was it just me? And I mean, obviously I've seen this episode before, but was it just me, or was the voice so clearly Bashir when it was like still in secret, still like before the big reveal? It was so obviously Bashir.
This is totally Vantika, not Bashir.
I know. And by the way, who was...
No, sir, Vantik, not Bashir. Like the voice. Like...
It was literally like Bashir's voice dropped an octave or two. And I'm going to get into his acting a little later, which is atrocious. Like, the guy has no... Nati, what's Bashir's name? What's the actor's name? I don't know. He paused over there. But it's clearly, what's it called? Bashir. And Quark is...
Alexander Siddig.
Yes, Alexander Siddig. So, and Quark, who has Ferengi ears, should be able to tell the difference, to tell that it's Bashir, just with a slightly lower octave in his voice.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, for the fact that he tricked Quark, of all people, into not knowing it's his voice, it was absolutely ridiculous. It also doesn't help that when you're watching this and you remove the commercials, it goes to commercial, and then the next thing you see is Bashir going, "Hey, how you doing?"
It's kind of crazy.
I know. It's so obvious, like really early on, that Bashir. That's Bashir, yeah.
Yeah, it could only be 3 people. You know what I'm saying?
I know. It really could only be. All right, is he coming?
I don't know. They try to twist you with like the security guy, like, oh, maybe it's him. And then,
I know. Well, it's never. Yeah, it's clearly not Primin. They try to point it at Kajada, the officer who's going after him, and
then they throw her off a balcony.
I know, and
it's just like, so random.
So random.
Chucks her out.
Also, Quark is meeting.
Where were you last night? You know, I was busy.
I also like
balcony.
By the way, all right. Nati's gonna go nuts over this if his computer ever comes back online. So Quark is meeting with mercenaries in his bar, right? And
yes,
Kajada is eavesdropping and gets thrown off the balcony. All right. Yes. So let's assume that she doesn't even see that there are other people in the bar.
Right. Quark
is telling Odo, "I was alone in the bar, and no one else was there, except there. It's a space station with tricorders. Like, you can clearly scan the bar and be like, there are traces of other people here.
There were people there. Like,
there were 3 other people here talking with you late at night. Like, we know where they are. We have sensor readings.
They're on the ship still. We know who they are.
Like, we know who they are. Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if Odo says, like, oh, I track everybody who's on the ship. Like, people on the ship, like, breaking their security, and they're like just because he's like, I don't trust anybody, so he also just tracks them.
Why aren't they just like computer? How many people were in Quark's bar at 2 a.m.
Right,
last night. It's like
Right.
there were 5 people there.
Four.
It's like 4 people on the
No.
second floor, 1 person on the third floor who got pushed to the first floor. Like,
Can we talk about how tall is that room? Because I feel like it just gets bigger.
it gets
all
bigger
the
every time.
Like the first 2 episodes, there's like 1 floor and that's it. Then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we're gonna add a floor. We're gonna add a 3rd floor now. Like,
I know. Well, we always knew there was a second floor because you saw O'Brien and Keiko arguing on the second floor.
Yeah.
I
But the
know.
3rd floor, I was like, what the... And she falls from it. Like, it's like legit. I don't know. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I do love that. It really just boggles my mind that he doesn't that they don't even suspect Bashir. Like, it's nuts.
Or Kira.
Or
like,
Kira, by the way. But I do also love the line that the mercenary was like, I'm not going to be coming with, when Quark's like, I'm not going to be coming with you. I'm just the middleman here. And the guy calls Quark a profit monger. And Quark's like, and proud of it. It's like, he's a Ferengi, dude. Like, what do you think he's going to do?
Yeah, 100%.
I know.
Odo had a great...
So...
Sounds like Darth Vader.
It really does. Nati... Do you remember when I did a short-lived podcast with Nati? Like,
Yeah.
10 years ago? Yeah. This is what it was like every time.
By the way, what's amazing is the I got such vibes when, I guess we know it's Bashir, grabbed Quark and was like holding his face, like, you know, and he was like, I was like Voldemort, like, I'm in the shadows.
Yeah.
You don't know. You know, like, it was such like a...
I know.
It was a good callback.
But the weird thing is also, like, if his hands were a little, like, behind, would he start giving him umaks?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe like, oh, Vantika,
I'll
don't
leave
stop.
70, 50, 40,
Yeah.
10.
Vantika,
Oh,
keep
yeah, for
going.
sure.
Yeah.
I also think I love the interaction between, I forgot the security guards officer, where it's Cisco, Odo, and the security officer, and he's like, and they're like, oh, and you're talking to the barkeep about being a suspect? Oh, he's a definite suspect. Like,
Yeah.
like he's like straight up like, Quark is a definite suspect.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like, I love that line from Quark, where he's like, I don't like the inference. And Odo's like, it's not an inference. It's a definite suspicion.
It's a definite suspicion. Yeah. It's such a good line.
I love that. I'm upset about the inference. It's not an inference.
It's not an inference.
I
I'm saying
suspect
it
you. By the way, but
he always suspects him.
I know, but we do know that Quark helps out, like, when he can. When Quark sees that it's Bashir, that Bashir is taken over by someone else, like, Quark should call ops. Quark's like, all right, this went too far. Like,
I think in Quark's case, he doesn't want people to get hurt. He just wants people to get rich.
yeah,
You
but
know?
like, if he sees that Bashir, who is
Yeah.
like a guy he knows, is taken over by a murderer.
But he doesn't know he's taking over.
Yes, he
You
does.
don't know if he. You don't know if he knows. I mean, you assume he knows.
Yes, he does. He knows.
At that part, so by the way, when they see Bashir and Bashir like goes dun 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 who he is,
Yeah.
we don't know what happens to Quark because you're assuming the security guys go with Bashir. They don't take Quark as like a prisoner or like, like let him be.
Oh, maybe they. So they should have
Knock him out.
Yeah, they should have stunned Quark.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Quark.
By the way,
yeah.
This episode was an incredible, stunning episode. Like the stunning, like the shooting, like when they're standing there for like 10 seconds, and then all of a sudden the guy behind them just goes ah, and there's like a crayon, like some scribbled in like a laser mark. I love that. Those are my favorite types of like phaser shots. Oh, it's so good.
I know.
It's so good.
I know. By the way, so they come back and there's so.
By the way, I love that we can hear him tapping.
I
We
know.
can hear him doing things.
I gotta mute him. Can I mute him? I don't know if I have that power.
No.
He can hear us.
My favorite thing, by the way, is actually that when they
Hold on, I muted him.
You muted him. He was in the middle of talking.
He could unmute himself.
He finally could speak. Goodbye.
I know. All right, you're back.
No.
All right.
Well, my favorite thing was when they figure out that Bashir has got like control of his body again, and then they beam him to Ops.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
that's the best. And then
Ops.
Well, we didn't get
Like,
that far.
What if it didn't,
Hold on. We have a
what if it
lot
didn't
more.
work?
I know. We have a lot more. We have a lot more to get to. Okay. I got to talk about. There are so many things. All right. First, they figure out way too late that Bashir is Vantika. Way too late.
Yeah.
Like, he leaves a comm badge behind. Anyone who leaves a comm badge behind is a huge red flag. You should literally. Dak should not be walking back to Ops to inform Cisco of that.
Called Ops and be like, "Hey, I can't find Bashir. His comm badge is here."
Quickly.
Assume he got kidnapped.
Yeah.
You know. Not even he's a bad guy. Just like somebody took him.
His comm badge is like
you
left
think,
on in sickbay.
Yeah.
Do you think like if you were like in charge of this, like a starship, or that you would be like, you'd set up a program with the computer and be like, computer, can you let me know if anybody removes their comm badge at a time that is not commensurate with like the end of their shift or them going to sleep?
Yeah, like
if anyone takes
who
off their
removes your
comm badge
when you're on duty.
Yeah, if like someone's on duty shift and they remove their comm badge, please let me know immediately.
Yeah, like let security know and Ops know, and like let everyone know. In fact, make a station-wide announcement. Bashir has taken off his comm badge, like immediately.
Yeah. The only downside to making that program would that it would really kill the vibes in the moment when like Worf is resigning his commission to join the Klingon Empire for the 48th time. Is that Worf would just be like, "All right, I'm taking this off," and he puts it down.
Worf has taken off
like,
his comm badge.
Worf's taking his comm badge off, and Worf's like, "Are you keeping tabs on me?"
I know.
Like, don't worry about that. That's something else.
I know. Yeah, exactly. So one huge red flag. Okay. First, second. By the way, Primin did a really good job this episode, and he should have stuck around for more than like one other episode. He's in like 2 episodes this entire series. Yeah. Primin did a good job. I think he deserved. He probably got put on a better assignment, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, you know the awkwardness is. See, this might not be correct. Someone should look this up, but I actually think this is Primin's second appearance. He once worked on the Enterprise with Geordi in engineering, so this is actually a worse assignment for him.
Oh, I looked
I think he came from
I looked up Primin on a Memory Alpha, and at least the character of Primin was only in this episode and in the next week's episode. And then that's it.
Oh, so he just doesn't have a name.
So maybe he's unnamed.
I think he's the actor. Yeah, I think the actor plays a guy on Next Generation.
Yeah. You're gonna have to.
He's like an unnamed Starfleet officer.
You're gonna have to do some research on that one. Okay, so I have a quick question. Why did Vantika need to steal a runabout if he was just going to beam aboard the cargo ship?
Obviously, who knows?
Why does he need to take a runabout to the cargo ship as like a giant red flag? A runabout is, hey everyone, a runabout is gone. Hello, a runabout is leaving. Like he could have, he could have even used the runabout's transporters while it's sitting in DS9, if he didn't want to use
He's
DS9
literally
transporters.
Like, let's figure out a way to loudly sound the alarm that I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like.
So, that's nitpick number 1, okay? Nitpick number 2. This is really a nitpick, more like a question. Is this cargo ship a Starfleet ship? Because the computers in the background look Starfleet, but the crew isn't wearing Starfleet uniforms, right?
They're also coming from the Delta Quadrant.
Well, they could have been going to the Delta Quadrant, got the stuff, and came back. But okay. So this is an incredibly important shipment. The entire time, DS9 is talking about how important this shipment is, right? Yeah. It's very, very important. They talk about it's important. how do they not have one security officer on the bridge of that cargo ship? And if they see people beaming over, like, you don't beam over instantly. It takes a second. Like, you should have somebody stunning them the second they rematerialize, right?
Yeah.
How does this cargo ship have no security?
Yeah, you're gonna put like the most important, like it's like almost like nuclear fuel, and you're gonna put it on like on a cargo ship, but no security.
No security.
Like no, none of these ships ever have like an other ships next to it, like smaller like defense ships, you know?
Yeah, like no escort, no security.
No one's gonna. What about like I was gonna say? Why did they need any ship? Like why didn't they just beam directly onto that ship? Or why didn't they attack the ship in the Delta Quadrant? Like,
yeah, if he's stealing a runabout, why isn't he trying to meet it in the Delta Quadrant? Exactly. Like, none of it makes sense. All right. So then there's Bashir's acting like Vantika.
Yeah.
Was just terrible. Like, and not you missed it, but literally I started the episode with that you guys looked fit as a fiddle. Like, it's just literally Bashir speaking slowly. That's all he was doing.
It's like, yeah, it basically is like Bashir. Can you do like
evil?
Can you like
yeah?
Can you do like a mixture of like Christopher Walken and like Dracula?
I know, and the crazy thing is that like, so Star Trek has a ton of actors who have very huge range. Like Brent Spiner has insane range. Like he could do like a million things as Data. Like Kira has insane range. Like she could do like so much stuff as Kira. Like Bashir has like no range. And
it's funny. I love it.
I know. Nazi.
I love you, Nazi.
Nazi, you're nuts. So he's so confused.
Yes, you're right.
It's literally ridiculous. All right.
Yeah.
Then I think the best part of this episode though is when Kajada at the very end. So we already talked about the beaming specific cells from a body to a containment field.
I don't know.
It's like way too easy of a fix. Like it's like way too easy.
Is it like an organic place to treat prisoners? Like what is this? You know?
Yeah. So I do love though that Kajada is like, so you're transferring the prisoner back to me? I can assume that he's in my custody? Yes, he's in your custody. Boom. Like, just shoot it. Like, we don't need this. We don't need this little containment hockey puck to get out and get into someone else's brain. Like, this guy's done. He's dead.
That was crazy.
I love that.
Like, murdering the guy was, yeah.
Just straight up murder. Is it murder?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, you gotta assume it's murder.
Is it murder? Nazi, is it murder?
I mean, he wasn't tried or sentenced or anything.
But he was already dead. It was just his, like...
Well, you can't murder your clone.
Well, you can't. Well, it's not even a clone. It's
unless you can.
It's like a download. It's like a download of his brain.
I mean, we don't know about her species, if they're even like Federation, if that's allowed in their like she's in charge of whatever happens to him.
Like if you could download someone's brain to a computer, right? And you download their brain to a computer, and the person dies, are you legally allowed to delete that file?
Probably not.
I mean, you would assume no.
It's a good question, though.
But like,
I mean,
yeah. Why is it any different? I know it's not the exact same, but like Data, or like putting a brain in a robot, like Android. Like you could take this brain and put it into a robot, or into an Android, and it would work essentially.
So is that? By that same token, are you allowed to delete like the Enterprise computer?
But that's not a living. It's never been a living.
Like it hasn't jumped into sentience.
Yeah, like you're taking something that
except
is
for that
sentient.
time that it made like a life form, but whatever.
Right. You're taking something that is sentient and putting it into another vessel. You know, it's almost like taking imagine I don't know if they ever did this, but like someone's about to die, or they physically their body is like crippled, and they just clone another body and put their brain into that body.
You don't know if they've ever done that? No, Andy. They have never done that.
Maybe they did. Maybe we don't know. Maybe.
I don't know if they've ever done this, but
but that I'm saying, the idea that you're taking a brain, so then you become like, what is the essence of a person? Is it his brain? Is it heart? Is it just that whole encompassment of his whole body? Like,
yeah,
what if he's brain dead? What if he's like this? These are all questions we still ask ourselves. You know?
I mean, yeah, we do have those people who like.
What if he's a vegetable, but
with,
like
blinking their eyes? Yeah.
So I think it was murder, but I think they were all okay with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, basically.
They're just like, they look at each other, Bashir and Dax, and they're like, I guess so.
All right, I guess.
Okay. Not our problem anymore.
I know. Not my job, not my problem.
If we're going to delete anybody, let's delete this guy.
I know.
My real question was like, why didn't you just do this before? If you're going to murder him, and you've been chasing him for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know? And you know he's capable of this. Just murder him on your ship. And be like, oh, oops! Like he tried to escape.
Well, when he's like a living dude, you know, it's like, all right, like I guess we do have to like try him, you know. But he literally is like a hockey puck. It's like, all right, we're done with this guy. Like I'm done.
It would have been amazing if she's like walking, she's like, oop, I dropped it. You know, like,
what? Oh no, I tripped. Oh no, I stepped on it. Oh no,
it fell into it's going into space.
Fell into a vat of acid. I know.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, I guess the real question is like, what would they have done with that hockey puck? Is he alive inside the hockey puck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, and then like, what are you gonna do? Just put it in storage?
It literally makes no sense.
Gotta use some tight storage. Gotta get some really tight storage.
Yeah.
By the way, also, what's so funny is like we don't know anything.
It's like when you put more in like the storage.
Don't they have wasn't there like a whole thing in Lower Decks of a whole
Yep.
Like a whole prison.
There's a Starfleet facility.
Yeah, like a whole Starfleet facility for
For what?
All it is shelves and shelves and shelves of different like AI type or like sentient beings like stored in computers that are responsible for like mass murder or like the taking over of planets, and they're just like in these individual stasis chambers like on the shelves because they can't really kill them, but they don't want them to like come back and like take anything over, so they have them just like in some giant storage facility. It's so great.
Okay,
it's
so
genius.
I just looked it up. It's called the Self-Aware Megalomaniac Computer Storage Facility. It's located at the Daystrom Institute on Earth. And
great.
Self-Aware Megalomaniac Storage Facility is a great name. Yeah.
Does it list who was there?
Hold on. It says. Hold on. Let's see. Well, they said it's residents include Agibus, the computer that manipulated Planet, Peanut Hamper, the exocomp, and formerly Lord Tyrannicalicus. And I think they try to get Badgie. They want Badgie to go there. Yeah. So let's see. I love that though. That's so great. Self-aware megalomaniac computer storage facility.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
That choice.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do with all these like computer AIs that have like taken over and enslaved planets? Like, you can't just kill them, but like, gotta do something with them.
Do you think this is the episode where they start to be like, oh, like Bashir would be a great spy? Why don't we create that episode of his like dual like personality, like, you know, almost like, I wonder if like this is kind of like where they start that because he acts like somebody else.
Well, do you consider this a Bashir episode or an Odo episode?
I don't think it's anyone particularly, honestly. I think there's a lot of
I don't think it's anybody in particular.
Sisko's not huge in this episode, but he's so like he leaves a mark on like his quality of who he is. You know, Dax is in this episode a little bit. Bashir,
I think
you know, is
Odo.
in this.
Yeah, I think Bashir and Odo are in the most.
Bashir and Odo are probably the most. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like they
This
were
is
like,
definitely this is a
yes.
premium episode.
All right, not to.
I love the fact that they beam him onto like this.
I think
the DS9.
Is the really he's the guy.
What?
I don't know. Nati, you really got to work on your internet at home.
Just get a booster in your basement.
Yeah, you really got to work on this thing. It's a little nuts, especially if you ever want to. Especially if you ever want to host that Survivor podcast that you want us all to do.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch tonight's episode.
Tomorrow.
I'll watch it tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
First of all, I love the fact that Cisco is like, I'm not taking, like, Bashir's like, I'm finally myself. And then Bashir's like, and then Cisco's like, I don't give up. I'm going to stun you and deal with this later. Like, I'm not going to talk about
Commander, I am back to myself.
Sure. Boom. He doesn't even ask him to talk.
I also love how there's definitely like a all right, so Dax, how are you gonna get Bashir's consciousness, this guy's consciousness, out of Bashir's body? Oh well, it's gonna take a very long procedure. We only have 2 minutes left in the episode. I'll just beam him out. Like I'll just get him out of there. I'll beam him right out of there. I know.
I love the '90s brain.
It's even funny because
it's not
even
like button, you know, like to hit the button, like I'm about to push the button. You're like, it's a flat piece of plastic with a bunch of squares on it. I have no idea what you're trying to push. You know, like, I have no idea.
I also like that it's like, hey, let's show the transporter doing something that not only have we never remotely shown it has the ability to do, but like let's do that, and then the character that does it, it won't even be O'Brien. It won't even be like the guy who's the transporter expert. We'll have somebody else do it. You're like, okay.
O'Brien's on Earth filming Con Air.
At least the previous episode, they explained where he was. In this, they don't even talk about where he was.
I have to look up when Con Air filming dates. No, this is it's years before Con Air. Okay, this is like 96, and this all took place like 93 or 90, 91. So never mind. It wasn't Con Air. But he must have been doing something. What was O'Brien doing?
I don't know. There's even a thing where somebody, can't remember who, said that the whole reason they brought in Primin was he was a O'Brien replacement, like a replacement that like theoretically he thought he might not come back, so he was supposed to be a new character. But I guess then he did come back like very quickly, like the next episode.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if Colin Meaney was what's it called, filming something else at the time.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah, so he was TNG. He must have been. I think he must have come back for like a Next Generation episode. That's really the only thing that makes sense.
So it says here that it was a combination of just balancing different roles with the Next Generation and DS9. Like he was still kind of like doing both.
Oh, was he doing Die Hard 2 at the time? Because he was in Die Hard 2. I forgot about that.
Die Harder.
Die Harder, yeah. He was one of the pilots. He was the pilot on the airplane that crashed.
Oh no.
Spoiler alert for Die Hard 2. Die Harder.
Spoiler alert for Die Hard 2.
I too love Die Hard 2. All right, so that's the end of...
And just in case you were watching Die Hard and you thought all the planes were safe.
Okay, so that's the end of this episode, this thoroughly forgettable DS9 episode, The Passenger. Any last thoughts before we tease the next week episode?
I hope the next episode is more memorable.
The name of the podcast.
Oh, Nati, what do you think of Far Beyond the Tours?
I mean, it's slightly better than what we have currently, which is nothing.
Hey, what are you talking? That's gold, baby. That's gold.
I like where it's going. There's something like I feel like we need like to, you know,
That's gold,
far
baby.
beyond. I like the far beyond part.
Well, it's after the episode. All right, never mind.
It could be like Ways Away Tour Far Beyond.
No, Andy, there's a DS9 episode, one of the most famous ones, called Far Beyond the Stars. And this is Far Beyond the Tours. You guys suck.
I like it. I have nothing against it. I'm not Nazi. I don't really care.
I hate you guys so much.
Now that you said that, I like it. Let's keep it. Let's do it.
All right. Nati, next week is like your favorite episode. Move along home. I think we're gonna have to do it in person. I told you about this last week. We're gonna see if we can do it.
What are you doing Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, besides hanging out with you guys. So we'll talk offline. You guys are coming over here. We'll get some food. We'll do a podcast, and we'll go see what's it called? Project Hail Mary.
I'm in. If you tell me that, I'm in.
And then we'll do a podcast on Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
2 podcasts.
By the way, my in timelines, my name is Alan Moraine. That's what I go by.
Nice.
Alan Moraine 2x2.
All right. Count to 4.
Isn't that in the next episode?
Yes, it is. Very good.
I'm so excited.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys. It's been awesome.
All right. This has been the Far Beyond the Tours, the Ways Away Tour DS9 Recap Podcast.